All right, here we are in Halton Hills online land, and that is
Good way of putting it.
Leeds Garage. And
Yes,
there's the chime times.
Loosey Goosey chime time.
Hello to Mark Panopoulos, the creator of that phrase. There is a check in the mail for you, Mark, for your trademark.
It's not signed, but
it's not signed. We forgot to sign it. Backdoor Jimmy, as a matter of fact, mailed it and said he forgot to sign it. So,
welcome back once again, everybody, to our Loosey Goosey show about town. Big Daddy Russ Horton. I'm Lee Lakin with Leah Wood, as usual, on location in my garage, the hot jam spot in Acton. And we were just talking about that everything's shutting down. Tim Hortons is shutting down at 10 o'clock in the morning, or 10 o'clock at night. There's no nightlife left in Georgetown.
People, since COVID, and I'm the expert of nighttime Georgetown.
Exactly.
Because I'm out here. There's no nightlife in Georgetown. There's nothing going on in Acton at all.
No.
I mean, the Harp get a few people, but everyone goes home early now.
Well, that's it. They're going home at 9:30 instead of hanging out until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Those nights of hanging out till 2 a.m. are gone.
Do you remember the golden days of Boston Pizza and Shoeless Joe's and the McGibbon?
Well, even Nashville North.
O'Toole's.
Yeah.
O'Toole's.
I mean, the Appalachian do well at night, and so does Symposium, but it's not people that are sitting there and partying and drinking like they used to. It's the
different.
Whole world has changed.
It's very, very different.
People go home early now.
We even had people that would sit and drink coffee at 1 o'clock in the morning. They'd be at Tim's sitting there.
Sure.
Or coffee
Well,
time.
you can't even go into Tim. What happened, Tim Hortons? I mean, I used to love Tim's and I still enjoy Tim's service, but they've gone downhill in my opinion. And really, I don't mean that in a nasty way towards them.
No offense, but they're owned by.
Smarten up and get Canadian again, eh?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They've been owned by an American company now. They're not affiliated with Wendy's anymore. They've gone on their own, and I call it corporatization. And they come in and they just make all these cuts. The quality of food is not as good as it used to be. They keep the quality of the coffee up because that's their branding. But yeah, you're right. Like you said, the one in Georgetown closing at like 10 o'clock.
11 o'clock for the one on Mountain View. I think it's 10 o'clock in the south and 10 o'clock over on Guelph Street.
Didn't happen. They were 24
the one in
hours.
Acton closes at 10. I mean, you guys used to be open. And again, I'm not taking a shot at you. I enjoy your product and you're Canadian and I'm proud, but you're not really Canadian anymore. You're owned by an American company that owns Wendy's and blah, 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 and down the line.
Oh, they don't even own Wendy's anymore.
There you go. There's the proof. I'm a customer. But open your doors all night long. You used to see people in there at 4 o'clock in the morning just talking about life together.
Yeah.
And it was a Canadian thing. And remember the old commercials that used to be on TV
Absolutely.
going across the country in every Timmy's. And, when you live in a small town, you know all the people that work everywhere, especially if you work the night shift like we do. So, Timmy's, come on, let's get 24 hours going again. I mean, A&W is all right.
In a lot of cases,
not good
too.
For coffee.
You know it. We call them bar runs. So, after 11 o'clock, you were getting calls to Shoeless Joe's and the Barbertown and to Appalachian and to George and all that stuff.
And there'd be naked people hanging out of the back of your cab coming out of Nashville up the hill.
Oh,
there.
God, yeah. The craziness coming out
How
of
do
there
you like
was
me
insane.
now? Remember?
A couple stabbings I was there at for a few times.
I remember one night I was trying to get out of Nashville. One guy stood in my way, so it was right by the barrier, and by the river. I picked him up and I threw him in the river. And everybody cheered me because he wouldn't get out of my way. Guy from Brampton.
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
Poor old Brampton.
And you always really wanted to have the Georgetown runs because you tried to get back. Because if you got stuck in Brampton, then you weren't making as much money. But the Nash was crazy, and we're not doing that at all anymore.
No, I don't think any town in Canada, anyway, I haven't seen. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but here in Canada, we mellowed right out.
Well, even Canada Day, when Crazy Chester played at Tommy's here, we went on 2 or 3 hours later than we're going on now, and it was dead. It was the people weren't there. They at that 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. There was
and it's created
5 people. 6 people.
And we used to not be able to get rid of people by 1 o'clock in the morning. They wanted to stay all night.
It's created a society of couch potatoes in your own house. And it's also opened a new avenue to a new business, which didn't really exist before. Uber Eats, skip the dishes.
Yeah.
Now people sit, you smirk, but it's a new industry that's been created.
Yeah, but I do that because it does affect, depending on how much business each place is getting.
It does affect their bottom line.
But you know what? They would be they'd be better to stick with these guys because
Catherine at Tommy's, you do the best thing. You do your own deliveries.
That's what I just said. You deliver figure out a way.
She runs out the door with some soup.
Does she really?
Yep.
What an amazing woman.
She's so funny. She's so cool. She saw me on the scooter the other day. She just laughed her butt off, right?
Well, you used to sell scooters, right?
Yeah.
Lee's, we'll have to pan around later and show you
got some new
Lee's
wheels.
Scooter that he rides around Acton. And he goes to the liquor store in it and...
Shoppers.
On it, yeah.
No frills.
Yeah.
Giant Tiger.
And he's allowed, he parked right in the handicap. No, you don't.
No, I park it out of the way.
All right, we're brought to you by Max Tires. And 905-873-9255, the lowest prices on tires anywhere in Southern Ontario, according to Sean.
Bold statement.
Rob and the gang. And don't forget,
and also
they're
today,
auto repairs as well.
And Joe's.
Yes, we're brought to you by. We never. Oh, you did turn that on.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So we're brought to you by Banana Tropical Banana Real Mallows. Of course, these are the real ones. It was a full bag when you came in here, but Leah has
just hoovered
that much. There, you see my two fingers right there and there. She's gone down, and she keeps saying, "Oh, I'm going to be sick."
Osmosis.
See her over there start shaking.
My God, are they ever good? Eh?
Yeah,
absolutely no nutritional value at all. But
zero.
I love my mallows, especially from Dare, who
I
are,
even
of
took
course,
some extra insulin just
one of their
case.
offices down in Milton, just on Steeles there.
Yeah.
Dare, they make, that's where, you want to back up a truck there, the loading dock, and
just pretend you're a driver.
That's right.
Might as well for the amount that I bought.
Maybe they'll give you some. I love their product. All right, so the town of Halton Hills, of course, we're going to have a new mayor soon. Rick is hanging up the headphones.
Yep.
And,
after a couple decades.
I have to say hi to Josie. I love Josie, his wife. What a pair those two are. And they're going to be at Wasaga Beach soon. Mm-hmm. And he's retiring, and what a great guy. I said to him the other day, I said, you got to come on the show before you go. Mm. Because you're the one that has been in office while we've been working. I love the guy.
And he's, you know what? I always loved it when we were at, like Rogers Hometown Hockey. He always makes a point to come to us.
He leaves all his stuff with us. Can you guys...
That's right. Hold on to this
Thanks,
for me?
Rick. No problem.
Yeah.
That's how close we are. We're buddies. All of us. And that's the way Rick is. He's just a regular guy from Acton. And who cares about his community. Now, there's going to be four newcomers on council after Ward 2 Councillor Brian Lewis and Ward 4 Councillor Ann Lawler. They said that they would run for mayor as well. So, and we'll give you the list of who's running.
This is the most I think we've ever had running as mayor.
But it should be interesting because there's a well-loved guy in Acton that we should also get on the show.
Oh, he's awesome.
Who owns Acton Motors, and his name is Norm Paulson.
Yeah, great guy. Absolutely
everybody
great guy.
I've ever come across in Acton says this guy is the heart of the town. And look at the signs outside, shop local. And he's a very local guy.
Absolutely.
He's an Acton guy.
I've known Norm since I moved here in 76.
There you go. And he's running. And
I'm so happy to hear that. That's
the remaining 6 councillors have all filed for re-election, with the only change, the current Ward 3 councillor, Wendy Farrow-Reed. She'll be running for the Fogel seat as the regional council for Ward 3 and 4. And so far, we have 14 candidates emerged for 10 council seats. So things are heating up. That's right. Apart from the race for mayor, the only contested seats in Ward 2 were they have, of course, 5 candidates there for 2 seats. In Ward 3, where they're candidates for 2 seats. Now, nominations can be filed until 2 p.m. on August 19th.
Yeah.
So there might be more coming up. But we got a whole bunch of stuff here on...
It's a lot of change for the Halton Hills area that we haven't had in a long time, if you think about it. Yeah. That's a lot of, you think of the last election, there were only Rick and somebody else running for mayor, and she got caught in some scandal, so she was gone.
Well,
And
remember, there was a year where no one ran against her.
Well, I think there's been a couple.
I was going to say there's been more
Why?
than one.
I think
Why?
there's been a couple.
It's like, why? Why even bother?
Well, why change it? I mean, he's doing such a good job.
Right,
that
everybody
right
loves
there
it.
just says it, how good of a job he's doing.
Well, when you
I'd be
retire
curious.
from office, yes, that's a big statement right there.
And you look at Clark Somerville, same thing. The last few years, a few elections, he's had nobody run against him at all.
I haven't heard anything from the Clark Somerville camp.
He's running. Yeah, I saw him. He registered. He posted on
out.
Facebook, and he's registering. So,
For
also
not
some
for mayor,
news.
though.
Some news that came across Facebook, and I don't know if this was put up as a joke or not, but Alex Hilson from the BIA is stepping away from the BIA for a bit to run also in councillor race as well.
Oh, isn't that a pleasant surprise?
So-
Well, you couldn't ask for a nicer guy, and you couldn't ask for a more
hard-working guy.
More hard work. I see him out there.
Oh,
The flower. He sleeps.
no, I wondered about that
But
too.
Alex, you always look so perfect.
He
His hair is perfect. He looks like an Osmond brother, for God's sake. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he's got the women chasing him.
Oh, he
guaranteed.
does. Good-looking guy. But what I'm saying is the hardest working guy I've ever seen. He's out there watering the flowers at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But he's also out there at 7 at night watering the flowers. You know.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's
he's out-
always promoting. So he's not doing that anymore.
He's going to be for a little bit now. I think they have to find somebody in the interim, and we got to get through Leathertown and get that done and whatnot. But I do believe he's going to be running, and like you said, a perfect candidate. And there's a lot of them that are really good candidates. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. You know?
Absolutely.
Definitely interesting to see how this plays out. So
let's have a look at who's running. Let's go. Let me just move up to see who's running for mayor. It's Brian Lewis and Ann Lawler.
yeah.
They're the two running for mayor so far, and let's go. And
Well,
Norm
now
Paulson, of
now
course.
Norm as well.
So we have a three-way race.
That's awesome.
But
That
they
is
could
so
be
good to
more.
see.
I
Yeah,
would be
you never
surprised
know.
if somebody else jumped in there, Lee.
You know, as we get closer and closer to it, no, I think they got great candidates to choose from, and if it came down to a case that nobody was running, then I'd throw my hat in the ring.
Well, all three of the candidates are all well respected.
Absolutely.
Brian Lewis, of course. Well, Brian is Brian, right?
Yeah.
And Ann Lawler has done some wonderful things for the community, of course. And Norm Paulson. We wish all three the best. We will be, as the weeks go
We'll
by,
just keep following
getting
it, right?
more into this, because it's going to become, as the weeks go by, more and more important.
And more intense, I think, too, in a way, because there's a lot, doing the job you and I do, there's a lot of complaints you hear around town about different things, whether it's the roads, whether it's the lack of, snow removal, whatever it is. People get in the back of your cab and they just. So it'll be interesting to see what the platforms are running on.
Well, there's a lot of local political agenda that can be gone through.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Not to say,
Corey,
I think a lot of it's just because the town is growing. It is getting more and more populated, and there needs to be some changes to accommodate all that.
Yeah. And we'd like to say hi to Billy up in Ballinafat. He's the turtle crossing guard.
Oh God, yeah.
And he emailed us. He says it's very slow at the moment. Up
Yeah, very slow.
And we'd like to say hi to him, and we'd like to say hi to a few other people later on. But tell us what's going on with the construction. What's going on with the town of Halton Hills? Are warning about all these.
Oh yeah,
problems?
there's so many construction
Sorry to
problems
jump
going on. Yeah, I didn't.
Lee's looking.
Yeah, here I am. I'm trying to read. What are you talking about? The town is saying it's planning to improve southbound and northbound turn lane functionality at Mill and Guelph Street. They've already started this this week to improve the intersection level of service. A full reconstruction of traffic signals infrastructure will take place. The town made a release last week, and they've already started on that. They're trying to make that turn at Mill Street coming off of Guelph Street a little bit smoother and a little bit better. All that work they've had to do on Mill Street there when the water main broke and yada yada yada, and it was just a cluster mess. I'm going to use that word because the other word's a little intense to use.
Well, we're allowed to use that word.
We are, but I didn't want to push it on that one because there's a few words that just
there's
a little sharp.
There's a few times once in a while that we will get into blue language, and that is when we really are pissed off about something.
Yeah,
he's the one that usually swears, not me. I'm more of a family kind of guy, but he'll go into his effing rage once in a while. But you should see us when the microphone's off and the camera's off.
No comment.
That's when the real stuff happens, and that's when we, actually in radio, morning radio, that's when you should have the mic on, is when the record's playing.
Exactly.
All these idiots all in the
So
room.
yeah, they've done this, and there's been a lot of little construction stuff going on. I've seen 22nd Side Road get fixed. Fifth Line and heading towards Limehouse is all fixed up.
I have one complaint.
But you still got Mountain View Golf in town.
Hungry Hollow. Is anybody working there?
Well, I've seen them
What's
now.
the story with that?
I've just seen them in the past 3 or 4 days.
I saw a car stop there once.
Yeah. Well, that was it. They put all this construction material there, and then they walked away.
And then the problem when you're going south, and I mentioned this last week, is the lighting is terrible at the bottom of the hill.
Right.
Right by where
Right
old
where
Georgetown meets Georgetown South.
Right where you could die.
Right where you could die, and they've blacked out the lines, and they've put yellow, but you can't see, and you have to really move over quickly.
Yeah, because it does do that.
So, and then to piss you off, you don't see anybody working on this. That's a main area of our town,
That's a main artery.
Yeah, exactly.
Main artery coming in. And not just vehicle, a lot of truck traffic through there. Yeah. So I'm dropping things. 5-second rule.
Now,
don't
I'm
wait.
going to leave there. I'm going to leave you to talk about the weather. Of course, we've had scores. But I'm going to talk about Gail Powell.
Yeah.
Who, do you know what you and Gail Powell have in common?
We share the same birthday.
That's right.
She calls me her birthday twin.
That's right.
So happy birthday, Gail.
And Gail is writing currently. She's a Georgetown gal, and we want to promote people in Georgetown and Acton and Halton Hills.
And she's a sweetheart.
She is. Very talented writer, Gail. And she knows that. And she's turning red now. I can see her.
She's blushing.
She is. Beautiful gal, too. Beautiful family. Her husband is a great musician, local musician.
Matt, great musician, yeah.
We play him on Halton Hills Online all the time radio. Now, Gail is also a seasoned freelance food writer.
Right.
Now for Metroland Media. And we're going to start linking up her article she does for the Orangeville paper.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Gail.
Yeah.
Part of the team.
She's been a writer in the media before. She's a good girl.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying this. There's absolutely no nutrition to these things, but I love them.
Electrolytes.
Oh. Banana mallows.
Pound the water down. That's why I grabbed an extra water too. So yeah, once again, welcome aboard, Gail. It's awesome to have you as part of our team, and we always want to bring in people that are local. We want that because they understand how we live in a small community. So
she's also letting me know about people that want to be interviewed on the show. So
cool.
We'll go about getting in touch with the person, Gail, that you want us to get in touch with. And we'll get him on the show in the next couple of weeks. Also, we'll get Gail up here.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say that.
I'm like, Gail's husband up here to jam.
Yeah.
And we'll film it. And we'll
got
have
a nice
some fun.
rolling keyboard there for you.
Why are we doing that? Because we can.
Absolutely.
It's local community radio,
live music. It's funny.
Video.
I get people that stop by when I'm out here puttering around. Oh, are you guys about to play? They just see me out here and they're walking by. No, we're not playing today. It's
But Crazy Chester, when are you guys playing?
Yeah, we got a gig coming up July 29th at the Appalachians, 68 Main Street North in Georgetown. And Manny and the whole crew.
Our second family, actually, those
pretty
guys.
much. Spent the whole winter there with them last winter. And be fun to be back, especially with the boys. Crazy Chester, we're all looking forward to it. We're getting a lot of gigs now. We're starting to get booked up pretty good.
I miss the girls.
The girls? Yeah, oh God.
Yeah, I miss
Tammy and Shelley. Yeah.
Tammy and Shelley, we love you very much. We miss you.
And we'll see you next Friday.
Yeah, whatever. And, the fries at the Appalachian are amazing.
Oh God, yeah. I can't eat those before I go on stage, though, because then I get really tired back there.
The heat. We've been having a lot of hot weather. Yeah, right there, Leah. She's falling asleep.
She's falling asleep behind the camera.
She's got withdrawal from banana mallows.
Her body's trying to break down all that sugar.
She looks so peaceful over there. It's like this. Are we putting you to sleep?
Yeah.
Is that what everybody's doing out there when they're watching us?
You put them to sleep at night.
When I used to produce,
at least we're helping.
When I was a young lad at FM 108, I first started there. I used to produce Jim Paulson, but I also used to produce Earl Warren. Remember Earl?
Yeah.
CFRB, Mr. Man, right? And he used to fall asleep all the time. Every afternoon, I'd go on the PA. Earl, you're on in 10 seconds, and he'd wake up. One day, him and Roger Doris were sitting in there, and he was a freelance writer he was a huge guy like this, for restaurants. Of course, he used to eat.
Go figure.
So this is primetime radio on the major market, the Earl Warren Show at 10 after 4, and I look up, and it's a beautiful sunny day, and there's the two of them. The two of them together. And I'm going, Earl, wake up for God's sakes. And but you know what? What a pro.
Yeah.
He used to wake up and
when you could do that, when you could wake up and literally go on in 10 seconds, that is not easy to do. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, Dan Ingram, the greatest DJ in the world, WABC, he's dead now, God bless him, but we all compare ourselves to him. He sat there at WABC when the song was played, and then when the song came on, there he was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
But we were talking about heat wave, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. We desperately need rain so bad. My God,
the grass
man.
is so yellow.
And they keep sending these warnings out, and these thunderstorm warnings. 3 times now they've done it, and nothing. Well, it hits the car and dries. Yeah. Like it's gone, and it's just.
I thought it would have helped there with that rain we had. We needed about 3-4 days of solid rain.
Oh God, yeah.
I think we're going to have yellow grass all summer.
I can only imagine what the farmers are going through.
Well, they're already taking the hay down.
What choice do they have?
They have no choice, because otherwise it's just going to rot and die. So it's been really, really tough this year, and the corn doesn't look too bad. But it's funny, 6th line and what is that, 10th Side Road, there's a big farm there, and I think they're doing soy. But they've actually put in those big, huge sprinkler irrigation systems, eh? And they're so cool to watch, right? It's like you just want to run out, dodge and run them through.
Get the grandkids.
It'd be, make it a game. Make it a game, right? Dodge through all the different sprinklers.
That's what you could do. Get the grandkids, park on the side of the road.
You can always tell who takes care of their lawns in hot weather.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because you drive down, say, King Street, and there's a green. Look at the green grass. Look at the yellow. Look at the yellow. Look at the green grass here. It's guys, they're out there with their sprinklers. The greenest grass in Georgetown I've seen is outside 62 and 60 Park. Because at 4 o'clock every morning, it's like a major rush of water. And they have a sprinkler system there that's dynamite. And then you go around the corner, and their poor neighbors there over there is yellow.
Oh, God, yeah.
But it's the greenest grass right by the 2 apartment buildings.
It's getting to the point where it's going to be just dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Irish green grass, man.
Yeah,
I mean, and sometimes we get it if we get the right weather here in the summer, but we're not getting it this year.
I think the other challenging thing is even the nighttime, you want to open the windows and have a fan going and try to save some hydro too at the same time, but it's still sitting at 20 degrees at night. So, but it is July, people. This is what we get, in the midst of January and February when we're getting hammered with, minus 20 and a foot of snow.
Our new website's coming, by the way. We'll talk a little bit about the radio station, Halton Hills Online. We're local radio. That's what we're here for. Apart from the video, of course,
that's what started
local
this
radio. And more and more people. We have a huge listening audience in Acton for some strange reason. It's our hometown.
Thank you.
And thank you. Austin's telling me there are the numbers, and they're going up, and we're very happy. And we want you to look at Halton Hills Online as the community jukebox. Put us on in your backyard.
Yeah.
We'll give you all the latest news.
The lady at the Service Ontario last week, they listened to us in the garage every night.
There you go. And they still won't give me my health card because I have to get this piece of paper. Oh, God, I'll tell you. But thank God for Service Ontario. They've helped me out a lot.
Oh, helped me out a lot
and,
last Friday.
Hello to everybody over there. Your guys are rock stars. And but the local radio is really taking off. And I do mornings, of course, Big Daddy, with my strange sense of humor. Bud the Spud on a Stick. We used to date Leah at one time, of course. Bud the Spud on a Stick and Leah were a hot romance there. And she doesn't talk very highly of Bud anymore.
Because he's not making his child support payments.
That's
right.
He's
not making his child support payments.
That's right. Well, he doesn't have any hands to write I keep telling Bud it's digital now, man. You don't need hands anymore. But he's a potato with no hands. But he's in love with Leah, really. He really is. But
Lots of eyes, though, yeah.
Let's face it, Leah dumped him. And but anyway, he's on in the morning with me, and then we've got Leah, of course, at midday from 10 to 2, and Lee, of course, from 2 to 6. Moose Tracks from 7 to 8.
Leah and Lee.
Leah and Lee. That's right. That's
You
a
said
little
Lee
hard.
and Lee.
Did I?
Yeah.
Probably did. So then we have Moose Tracks at 6 Eastern. Well, why am I saying that? It's local time. 6 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, it's the Gatekeeper, and there was a mass photo session that he did. He went all over in his Mariah. Of course, he hangs around the graveyard, Greenwood Cemetery, a lot.
He's doing the same shift you are.
Yes, that's right. The Gatekeeper is Willie Wilkinson, of course, with the big beard. Of course, we all know him from town, but he's got that FM voice, and he was out and taking his picture. He was in Ash Grove, he was in Acton, he was in Stewarttown, and we've got all these wonderful pictures of...
He came out of the cave.
Yeah, keep your hands away from his mouth when he's eating.
We do want to talk a little bit about this, sorry to interrupt, but I want to get this one out real quick, that Halton's been really famous for beaches not being open. But Prospect Park, I'm quite shocked at this, that they are not open as of July 13th. They're asking you not to swim on the beach at Fairy Lake, and that's unusual for Fairy Lake. Usually it's one of the ones that is open. But we also have Kelso Conservation Area Beach in Milton. It did test safe for swimming as of July 13th as well, so you could head to Kelso and at least do some swimming there.
Yeah, it's the closest one here, I think, Kelso.
I think so too, and it's a nice size. It's a great beach to go to, take the family to.
Absolutely, Rockwood's cool too. I love Rockwood.
But I remember there were even years where Fairy Lake and Prospect Park were the only ones that were open. A lot of the lakes in Halton are having a lot of problems opening and keeping the water clean and keeping the algae levels, I guess, to a point where it's safe, right?
You got to remember too, when we're getting this kind of heat with no rain,
well,
that affects the ecosystem
just as much
as
too much rain does too, right? You know, you get hammered with rain.
You know what the coolest water spot around here is? I love Bellwood Lake. Oh.
Yeah.
You know, the bridge, and you're down there. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful. And, you know, go there on a summer day when it's really hot and have some fun with the family.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Cool.
Or Kelso.
Or, you know, you can't go to Fairy Lake. I blame the Swans, who are a little pissed off right now anyway. You know.
Well, they're swimming around in bathwater.
But they're not swimming at all because they keep hitting rocks with their feet.
Yeah.
Well, they're swimming.
Beautiful animals, but very misleading. Don't go too close.
Oh yeah, don't.
No.
Don't go up to the
even
swans
the
or
geese
even the
even
Canada
worse.
geese. They can hurt you. They can hurt you.
More people get attacked by Canada geese than grizzlies. You know.
Well, they'll literally swarm you.
Yeah, they will. I mean, if they think they own a door to a place where you're going in, you ain't getting in there. I'm telling you that right now. All right, so it's Halton Hills Online, and this is our vlog, and of course our radio station you all know about. And we have Bill Smith, of course, on Saturday and Sunday nights. He's commercial free, music blogger. Our new show, The Big 20, which is on Halton Hills Online. All the freshest music from this week. And it's heard on radio stations around the world. We produce it here, and that's heard at 6 o'clock on Saturday night. The Top 40 Timeline this week, if it gets out in time, on Saturday afternoon at 4 is This Week in 1988. And we're looking at Roger
80s,
Rabbit.
Man.
80s, well, we're getting into all the music on the next show, of course. I hope you stick around for the real fun show we do, which includes Leah's trivia as 90% of the content. And the stuff that she digs up on this show, you got to check it out. That's a show that we do for our two radio stations, GTA and FM 108, and our worldwide audience. And we'd like to say hi to Nottingham Forest fans.
Absolutely, yes.
Around the world.
Hey!
I've got
from Canada.
No, I'll tell you a story before we go off. Because we're going to link it up.
I was wondering when you were going to get to this.
Yes.
You've been talking
I'm very
about
excited
it
about
Nottingham.
Like I'm a big sports nut. I'm a highlight junkie. Ask my ex-wives. Yep. That's probably why they left me. I watch every highlight. I love sports. I love getting involved in it, getting my hands dirty as a journalist. Nottingham Forest was my team when I grew up in Nottingham.
Right.
My father, I was 7 years old. I loved him dearly, and every other week I'd have my rattle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it was a red and white rattle, and it was this big. I used to sit in his shoulders, used to walk down. I think we used to go see Nottingham Forest play.
Almost like a TV commercial.
Almost like one, yes. Mean Joe Green comes to mind,
Yeah.
you know, in the tunnel. But so I grew up with that and grew up with, now we haven't done that well in the last 23 years.
Right.
We've been down in the lower divisions, which in the Premier League in England, it's not like the NHL and NBA. You're not awarded a franchise. You got to win to stay up and make the big bucks. And then you're talking the biggest league, sports league in the world. So we are back in the Premier League after 23 years,
so
guys.
Cool.
All right. And we'd like to say hi to the Facebook group, the Nottingham Forest Facebook group. We have big plans for you because we're going to have a sing-along.
Okay.
We're going to have a sing-along.
Oh. This is news.
We're going to have a worldwide sing-along.
Oh, Big Daddy, right. Yeah, you talked about
Big Daddy is going to lead that sing-along to all the Nottingham Forest fans across Canada and around the world, saying that we're going back into the Premier League. We played Newcastle, and I don't know how many sleeps we have, but I'm so excited that. And I always liked Liverpool. To all my Liverpool buddies, I still cheer for Liverpool as I always have. But Nottingham Forest is my team, and we got some big stuff coming up. Next week we'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
So hello to the supporters group around the world, Nottingham Forest fans across Canada especially. Send us your pictures. We're going to have some fun, and I'll see if Leah can put a video together for us, and we're going to, have something to cheer about.
Along with the 16 others we're doing.
That's right. That's right. I guess we're wrapping up, are we?
Pretty much. It's been a great show, man.
We're brought to you by Max Tires, and we're proud to be servicing, and we don't get paid for this. We do this because we love our community. We love you guys out there, and we're getting more and more popular every week as more and more people watch us. And
if you're a local business and want us to come and do our vlog at your business, please contact us. We would love to hear from you. We want to spread it around to everybody. We don't just want to focus on certain businesses or owners or whatever. If you want us to come and do our vlog there and promote your business, contact us, please.
And don't forget Georgetown South in August, the tremendous A&W Petrocan combination there. They're wonderful people.
Yeah.
Hello to all the gang there, and they're going to have an MS event coming up in August, which we will talk to more about it.
Thank you for reminding me.
Well, she's supposed to contact us too, but we will get on that and report on what's going on. And it's they had Spider-Man there last year.
Yeah.
Or the year, whenever the last time was they did it. But I love those guys there. They're fantastic staff.
And anything to do with MS, I'm on board with that.
Well, there you go.
Also, reminder, Crazy Chester next Friday at the Appalachian, 68 Main Street North. We're going on about 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. We'll be heading on stage and have a great night of tunes for you. We've got a great 3-set list that is just absolutely dynamite.
You should get somebody to record you when you're there.
I'm hoping I can find somebody that'll spend the time to at least get a set, get through a set and record it.
We would love people around the world to see our Crazy Chester, and this band is incredible. And there's a reason they're named Crazy Chester. It's the music that they play.
Oh yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. You'll hear tunes.
Crazy Chester.
We're picking tunes that because we're all musicians. So over the years, you get the same old tunes being played. Guns N' Roses or Steppenwolf or.
Give us some of the songs you do as a regular.
Well, part of it is a lot of this music's even new for me. There's a lot of tunes in there that I've never even heard, never even played. So that challenge was really cool for me to learn some more music.
Yeah.
So I know the tunes, but I don't know the musicians that wrote them, right? Like 6 Days. 6 Days is one. 7 Nights to Rock is another one. 20 Flight Rock is another one.
Oh, 20 Flight Rock. That's a classic.
That's a great tune. It's a
you
great
play that?
tune. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you play that. What am I talking about?
So, and then we jump into some Traveling Wilburys, and then we go into, so there is stuff I do know and some stuff I don't. So it's a nice, it's a really nice selection of tunes.
Who's the lead vocalist?
I'd have to say that'd be Bill Mumford. The guy's got an amazing voice on him, just incredible.
I've heard him, yeah.
But Peter McCracken, the other guitar player, he does a lot of vocals as well. And then we do a lot of harmony. A lot of our band, we harmonize on a lot of our songs.
And Peter owns Pinecone Music in Georgetown.
And Black Rose Guitar Shop downtown, and gorgeous store. You got to check it out. I was there on my scooter the other day.
He's got the coolest dog in the world, Dave the dog.
Dave the dog.
Bulldog.
Big
Is he
bulldog.
a British bulldog? English bulldog.
English bulldog, yeah.
What's the difference between a British bulldog and an English
nose.
bulldog? The nose?
The angle of the nose.
One looks more like Winston Churchill than the other?
Yeah, pretty much.
We will fight them on the seas and oceans. Yeah. We will never surrender.
No,
my bone.
Great bunch of guys. Ken Baker on bass, and Harry Rudolph on harp. He plays mandolin. We're even trying to get him to do the trumpet because he's been playing that lately. That just expands our music range. That if we can add a horn to it, you can start playing some Jerry Rafferty. You can start playing some, Dire Straits and get into more stuff. I
love that old Rafferty stuff from the '70s. With Baker Street.
Well, that's one of our
right
tunes.
down the line.
That's one of our tunes.
On America.
We're doing.
She loves America.
We're doing Baker Street now as well.
Love America.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's a tough tune.
That's a tune. That must be a tough tune to do.
Fun tune for me. I love it.
Who does the?
Harry does it on the harp.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear a copy of that.
It's really cool. It's so we're excited. 29th Appalachian going on about 9 o'clock. Come on down, check it out. Great food and great atmosphere. We'll see Tammy and Shelly and
awesome, the girls.
All the girls.
Now I'll tell you this. This is just so you guys know. I do have a cell phone now. This is the very latest technology
in Russ's world.
R2D2, but
1990.
Hey, like I say, I call the doctor and the pizza man. What do I need a big phone for? But yes, I am. Huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. All right. What I'd like to do one day is maybe have a remote location. We do the Brady Bunch. What is that, Zoom that we have there?
Oh,
we could have everybody on at once, and we'll just tell dirty jokes for an hour or something. We got to do that.
Community is driven by community. You navigate.
And we drive, and we're brought to you by Max Tires at 905-873-9255. Lowest prices in tires. And Smudge will fix your car, and so will Jamie. And Smudge will even leave
the fingerprints to prove it.
That's right. And we love those guys at Max Tires.
You ever need a fingerprint for them? Boom, you got it. For Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Lee Lake, and Leah Lywood, have yourself a great weekend. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. And from Lee's Garage, see you later.
And don't forget, Don Cherry has returned to radio, and he's on our stations, all three of them. Beauty, eh?
Beauty.
Love Don. You gotta love Don.
Oh, God, yeah. Love Don. Always have.